Welcome to Circle Square, bit of a strange name, isn't it? I didn't really have an agenda about what I was going to speak about today, but the first thing that crossed my mind is a parable of a story that happened on the way here. Because I was in the car with my son, who I think is a terrible driver, because guess what? He's inexperienced. He's only been driving for a year. And the main road closed, and we got sent down this rabbit warren of little streets. And he said, "Dad, your car's very wide. You need to take it easy." I was going, "Oh, shut up. What do you know? What do you know about driving? I've been driving for years." And proceeded to scrape the side off a car at the next bend. And he looked at me and just said, "You plonker. I told you this was going to happen." So, experience is a double-edged sword. There's a lot of people who are experienced at being very bad at what they do, as I demonstrated in my car on the way here. So my background is I founded a company called Pareto Law that found sales talent from the graduate community back in 1996. 25 years later and 25,000 sales graduates placed, I left that business and got involved with Apprentify. And the key differences between the businesses is that Pareto was all about graduates because there wasn't a talent pool that was getting trained in any other method. And what happened was Tony Blair had, in his fine government, whatever your political aspirations, had said everyone should go to university. Although I was reminded it was 50%, but it sounded like everyone should go to university. So when the government sort of started trying to, what I call, democratize careers by not saying you have to have a degree and not saying you have to go to university, it got a bit of a lukewarm response back in 2017, and many businesses considered it a tax because a 0.5% levy was put on their businesses to cover the costs of providing these things. So it got a bit of a lukewarm start. But since then, it has evolved, and with people like the Juice Academy and Apprentify and many other businesses, it's become the way forward for young people if they want to get started straight away. So if I do the parable of young people again, one of my sons is at Bristol University. He wants to do a degree, or I think he just wants to live away from home and party. His twin brother is working at Apprentify, helping apprentices get jobs because he doesn't want to be at university. It doesn't suit him. He wants to start his career now and get on with things. So apprenticeships allow young people to learn digital, creative, sales, a whole plethora of skills without going down that traditional route of university. And it creates fantastic opportunities, particularly in the digital space, which is where we operate. And I'm really proud of the achievements Apprentify have made in helping young people get on their career journey. And interestingly, going back to Mr. Blair, his son Ewan is gamekeeper turned poacher, or is it poacher turned gamekeeper? Because he said his dad speaks rubbish, and he set up an apprenticeship provider called Multiverse that's a successful business as well. So, I don't know what their conversations over dinner sound like, but who knows? So to me, apprentices are the way forward. I'm really proud to be associated with the business. We're doing lots of great work, and we've got some fantastic success stories where individuals have come to join our programs. And what I really love about apprenticeships is the coaching. A lot of training, you get immersed for 2 weeks in a training course, they're kicked out the other end, and a lot of it's in one ear and out the other ear because you've not had a chance to actually try those skills. And we all know that, in important roles in life, like airline pilots, they never stop getting trained month in, month out. And that's what you get with an apprenticeship. You get coached. So each of your apprentices is coached all the way through that journey rather than just getting a big load of training at one end. So it really does work. We've got some fantastic results coming out of Apprentify. And, I'm rambling on a bit here, but I think the message is apprentices are good for your business. And just because you're older and more experienced, as my journey here today exemplified really, you're never too smart to listen to a youngster sat next to you who's telling you to slow down and think a bit more about what you're doing. So thank you. Right.